Seller financing deals are more popular than ever, and here are the 6 steps to do them. In today's video, we are going to be going over the 6 steps to doing a seller financing deal. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dave, and my wife Mel and I have now purchased over 260 units in 5 different countries: Canada, US, Costa Rica, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and we specialize in doing so with 2 things: creative financing other people's money and no joint venture partners. We're the proud founders of the Action Family Mentoring Program with over 2,100 members, and we release a video every single week. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification so you get that video every week. All right, let's dive in. So let's dive right into it. Number 1. When I am looking at a seller finance deal, I need this ahead of time. And what I mean by numbers is, what is the income and expenses? I need to run the numbers in my cash flow analysis matrix because I need to see what is this deal doing. So seller financing, everyone is looking at seller financing lately because it is the new craze. Now, when I mean seller financing, I'm looking at 2 different things. I'm either looking at the seller holding an actual mortgage, so selling me the deal and staying on as an actual mortgage, a lien against the property, or doing, like in Canada, an agreement for sale, or in the US, a wrap mortgage where they still have ownership and they still might have the mortgage. However, you have a power of attorney and you have possession of the asset, okay? So there's 2 different ways of looking at seller financing, and this applies to both. Before I can determine if I want to go to the next step, move forward with it, I need these so that I can underwrite, analyze the deal, and make sure I even want to spend any more time on it. I don't want to waste any of my time on a deal that does not make sense. So the first thing I do, give me the numbers so I can underwrite the deal. Now, number 2, price. I can now start discussing price because I know if it's a viable deal or not. I know that it's worth my time. Yes, we might need to shift some numbers and with the terms and that, but at least I know, let's determine a price because the price will dictate if the numbers are justifiable that I already looked at. So step number 2, after I've run the numbers, what is a price that we can agree, we can land on so that the seller is happy, right? Make it a win-win, and that Mel and I as buyers are happy with this too, and it goes into the overall plan of the asset. It's not just how to get in it in the beginning, it's also, does the price allow me to exit the deal later on? Meaning, is there, I put exit here because it's important, is there enough meat on the bone for us to be able to execute our plan and exit the deal because we use other people's money in creative financing? So price is number 2. Number 3, payments. What do I mean by payments? Because there's a lot of different ways to chop up a deal. So payments, we've done such things as we've done monthly payments, we've done quarterly payments, we've done annual payments, we've done actually biannual one with the hotel in Costa Rica that we bought. The key here is to reverse engineer. When you're actually running the numbers, what kind of payments can the deal afford to pay? And for example, we've done deals where we pick up the asset and there's 0 income in the deal because it's vacant and we need to do a BRRRR. Well, in the beginning, the payments that we can afford are 0. So what we've done is we've had kind of like a ladder type, right? A stair type payment where, let's say the first 6 months, 0 payments. You balloon it out for the first 6 months, meaning, you kick the can down the road. And then once you have tenants in play, once you have income coming in, maybe you start doing monthly payments, right? You can structure creative financing deals how you want. The other thing to look at as well is, what we've done is we've ballooned, when we've got other YouTube videos, balloon literally means that. You're kind of starting small and you're ballooning to the end. We've had deals that we've made 0 payments until the end of the actual term when we either sold the property or refinanced the property. So yeah, payments is a huge thing to look at, okay? Number 4, length. Now, can you get this done in 6 months, a year, 2 years? In my experience, when I'm looking at deals, especially when I'm looking at the exit strategy, here I should have written this bigger, but when I'm looking at the exit strategy, the length is very important to me because the deal, right, things can happen. Are interest rates going up? Is the economy going well or not well? Well, when you give yourself enough runway in a deal, you've secured a better exit for yourself, in my opinion. Okay, so when you're looking at the length of the deal. How long are they willing to hold a term? I always try and negotiate as long as possible, because then as market cycles happen, as interest rates go down, or prices of assets go up, you have more time to fall within one of those to be able to refinance or sell so that you can exit and pay them back. So in my opinion, the longer the term, the better. Okay, number 5, interest. This is always a huge thing that people are dead set on. They want the lowest interest possible because they want to make sure that they get the most cash flow. What I strongly recommend right out of the gate, which Mel and I love, is... Hey, stop the video for a second. I wanted to talk to you about a turnkey income property provider that Mel and I have purchased properties for. Now listen up. If you are looking for a income property, then you don't have the time for it, I have a solution for you that I have invested in myself. They will find the property for you, they will renovate it for you, they will give you a turnkey product, and they will get tenants in there for you after screening it and manage the property. Does this sound too good to be true? It is not. Click the link below, go check out this exclusive list, find your next turnkey income property, and book your free call with them so they can go through all the benefits of what they provide. And you'll be investing in properties just like Mel and I. Okay, enough excitement about this. Let's get back to the episode. Okay? Can you guess what that means? Interest only. This is a game changer. I have other videos as well on interest only payments, the difference between principal and interest only, and literally breaking it down on the whiteboard, the math per month and everything, and how much it actually costs you. It can be the difference when you're looking at the numbers, right? And that's what I said, the numbers you're looking initially to see if it works or not. So when you're looking at the numbers, the plus and minuses, the profit and loss, interest only loans can literally be the difference whether this works or not. Like that, it's such a huge game changer, right? Because think about it. Every single month, if you're not actually paying the principal, right? If you're not actually recapturing the principal that you owe to the lender, okay, because you've kicked that down the road, the can down the road, you've ballooned it to the end, which is fine. Again, it's the asset is paying for the interest anyway, and if you have an exit strategy, right? I can't stress this enough, the exit. If you have an exit strategy, that's fine. So you have to come up with a plan for this. But if you can do interest only for the length of the term, you're only servicing the debt, not paying back the capital. All my deals that I do this because it just makes sense. You make so much more cash flow. And again, think about this. And again, I have a whole other video on this. What would you rather? Would you rather do every single month at higher cash flow, especially when you're repositioning the asset, you're doing renovations, you're trying to lift it into valuation? Would you rather have a bigger cushion then while you're doing all this work, okay? Or later on when it doesn't matter as much, the work's already been done. So the way that Mel and I look at it, we like going interest only. We like having a higher cash flow every single month from the beginning, because that's when things can and will go wrong. And I want to have as much cushion as possible to reposition and stabilize the asset to be able to exit the deal. Number 6, all right, last but not least, the down payment, okay? And we like to do our deals with as little of our own money as possible and as much as other people's money in creative financing as possible, because when you don't have any of your own money in a deal, or even if you put just a little bit and it's now paid you back, that return on investment becomes infinite. So, and I'll touch back here on the down payment. So after you've looked at the numbers and you've seen that it's a viable deal, you've negotiated the purchase price, you've talked about the payments and the terms, right, with the length, you've talked about interest and how much you're gonna pay, and is it interest only and balloon and all that, or staggered payments, or people call it ladder or stair payments, okay? Then it's time to talk about the down payment. How much, and this is a term that you're gonna get used to in the industry, how much skin in the game will you have in this transaction? So this is where we like to come up with as little of our own money as possible. So we'll negotiate with the seller, right? How high of a loan to value can you hold? Because that obviously, right, the higher loan to value means the lower down payment. And then what are you okay with? Are you okay with the down payment being someone else's money? Are you okay with the down payment coming from a second mortgage in behind of yours? Are you okay with the down payment being registered or retirement funds, depending if you're doing it in Canada or the US? What are you okay with the down payment? And I've had a lot of sellers over the year go, you know what, Dave? I'm in first place. I've got a first place mortgage. It doesn't matter to me how you come up with the down payment, because I've got my security in first place. I've had other people say, you know what? I'm in first place mortgage. I'm okay with you putting a second mortgage behind me as long as it meets, certain ratios, certain cash flow numbers, and we show them in our cash flow analysis matrix. So just keep this in mind, that the down payment is something that we typically negotiate after all of this. All right, so that wraps up what I think, in this quick video. These are the 6 key things that I'm looking for when I'm doing a seller finance deal. And thank you for staying so much to the end. Hopefully you liked this video. And if you did, make sure to check out this next one. I'm Dave, and I'll see you in the next video.